Before we get into this, let me ask you something simple. When someone says, "Hey, how's it going?" Do you ever feel this strange wave of existential panic because you don't know if they want the real answer or the socially acceptable lie? If you felt that in your chest just now, congratulations, your INFJ is showing, because INFJs don't hate people. We hate meaningless communication. And today we're going to unpack exactly why small talk feels like trying to read the instruction manual of a toaster when our brain was built to decode the entire universe. If this is your first time here, I'm Lisa Nahr, author of Inside the Mind of an INFJ. And yes, we're talking about why INFJs thrive in conversations that feel like portal travel and suffer in conversations that feel like a loading screen. Let's start with the part no one explains. When an INFJ walks into a conversation, we don't just hear words. We hear tone, shifts in emotion, hidden motives, emotional tension, past wounds, unresolved conflict, current stress, and a prediction of how the conversation could go in 15 different directions. Non-INFJs here, nice weather today. We hear, what emotional version of myself is safe to present right now? Now here's the neuroscience behind that. The INFJ brain relies heavily on something called predictive processing, the system your brain uses to anticipate what's coming next. INFJs have this system turned all the way up. So small talk actually stresses the brain because there's no pattern, no depth, no meaning to latch onto. It's like trying to run a supercomputer on one emoji. Meanwhile, deeper conversations, those activate our reward pathways, dopamine, oxytocin, even the parts of the brain associated with long-term memory. That's why INFJs will talk about the meaning of life at 2 a.m. with someone they trust, but absolutely shut down when someone asks, "How's work?" Let me give you a real example. Once someone asked me, "You okay?" And my brain had a full PowerPoint presentation ready, childhood trauma slide, current emotional state slide, 3 future possibilities slide, and an existential closing statement. But socially, I gave them, "Yeah, I'm good." Why? Because INFJs know most people ask questions for connection, not truth. And here's where humor meets pain. INFJs don't hate small talk because we're above it. We hate it because we know the other person doesn't actually want the real answer, and masking our depth is exhausting. But the reason INFJs love deep conversations goes deeper than that. It's neurological efficiency. When conversations have meaning, our brain stops scanning for danger, stops measuring emotional temperature, stops predicting outcomes. Suddenly, we're safe. And an INFJ who feels safe is a different creature entirely. That's where our insights come out. That's where our creativity flows. That's where we connect like we've known someone for lifetimes. This is why INFJs gravitate toward people who communicate with emotional honesty, not intensity, honesty. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you feel. Tell us what shaped you. Tell us why you are the way you are. INFJs don't need drama. We need truth. And when we don't get truth, our brain starts saving battery by withdrawing. Let's get even deeper into the brain for a moment. Small talk activates the social threat system, the part of the brain that constantly checks, am I being judged? Am I being understood? Is this safe? Do I need to camouflage? INFJs feel that system intensely. We can't relax when something feels fake or shallow, but deep conversation activates the connection circuitry, especially for people wired with high empathy. That's where INFJs thrive. That's where we feel at home. That's where time stops. That's why we'll talk with the right person for 7 hours and it feels like 20 minutes. Let me paint a picture. Imagine 2 conversations. Conversation A, how was your weekend? Good, you. Good. Emotion, 0 connection, 0 brain reward, -12. Conversation B, what did you learn about yourself this year that surprised you? The INFJ brain immediately, a doorway. Small talk is like standing outside a house. Deep conversation is being invited in. And you want to know the real reason INFJs avoid small talk? Because once we walk into someone's emotional world, we don't walk out casually. We form bonds. We remember details. We feel responsible for the connection we create. INFJs commit emotionally, even when we don't mean to. And doing that with the wrong people painful, draining, dangerous, let's address something else INFJs know too well. Small talk is where authenticity goes to die. People use filler words, autopilot responses, social personas, and INFJs can feel every disconnect. It's like having emotional Wi-Fi that picks up everyone's hidden network passwords. We can sense when someone is bored, insecure, lying, masking, stressed, or pretending, even if they think they're doing a good job hiding it. And this is where many INFJs think something is wrong with them. But here's the truth. Nothing is wrong with you. You're just wired for meaningful human connection in a world obsessed with speed, surface, and noise. Let's talk coping. Because the truth is, we can't avoid small talk entirely. We live in a world of humans. So here's the trick. INFJs can use small talk as a doorway instead of a prison. Try this. Instead of answering shallow questions, redirect with gentle depth. Someone says, "How's work?" You can respond, "Busy, but I'm actually learning a lot about myself through it." What's something you've learned from your job recently? Suddenly you've changed the entire emotional temperature of the conversation. Or try micro-depth questions. A little bit of vulnerability, but not too much. What's been on your mind lately? What's something that made you smile this week? These aren't interrogation questions. These are emotional keys that unlock human connection. And here's a truth INFJs rarely hear. The right people will meet you in depth. The wrong people will avoid it. Let them avoid it. It's not rejection, it's filtering. Let me say this clearly for the INFJs who still think they're too much. You're not too deep. Most people are too shallow for their own emotional growth. You're not the problem, you're the catalyst. By the end of this video, here's what I want you to walk away with. Your sensitivity to depth is not a flaw. Your brain is built for insight, empathy, connection, and meaning. You're not socially awkward, you're selectively social. You're not quiet, you're observant, you're not uninterested, you're analyzing. And you don't hate small talk because you're antisocial. You hate it because your soul wants more than surface level noise. If you're an INFJ who resonates with this, I want you to comment, "I crave depth." And if you want to go deeper into understanding how your unique mind works, my book, Inside the Mind of an INFJ, is available on Amazon. Now it's written for people like you, people who think, feel, and see life differently. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next long form where we dive into the psychology behind the INFJ emotional system. Trust me, it's going to explain more about your relationships, your intuition, and your inner world than anything you've ever heard before. Remember this, small talk touches the ears, deep conversation touches the soul, and INFJs were never meant to live on the surface.